Okay, so where to start? First of all, there has been a bit of a break, about a month now, I think. So, thanks for sticking with us. We apologise for the delay. There has been a combination of work, exams, vacation, and other bits and bobs, family-related things like that. For all three of us, for myself, Malastorm, and Smiggle. But yeah, just thanks for staying with us. I do, in my time at work for the last few days, I have managed to draft a few videos. One that I've had for quite a while is about Chroma, and obviously his effect on the law, I want to say importance, because I'm giving credit to DE for what I think is going to be quite an important player in the law, which is Chroma Prime. And then, lo and behold, about, 3 hours ago or something, Chroma Prime was leaked. So this has been sped up, let's say. So there you go. Hope you enjoy the video. It's been pushed out there by the fact that Chroma Prime is here. I had a quick discussion with Malastorm about it. Unfortunately, I didn't record that discussion. I did forget to push the record button, but also there was a lot of profanity, mostly from Malastorm's part. So yeah, we'll leave that bit out. I'll just talk about it. I'll tell you what we both think. And yeah, hope you enjoy the video. Thank you very much for staying with us for this time. And yeah, hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
I am flesh and I am bone. Rise up, ting ting like glitter and gold. Like glitter and gold.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Wildrake here, and he's here. He's here. Chroma Prime is here. That's it. He's here. End of the video. Thank you for watching. No, but seriously, Chroma Prime is here, and holy crap, I don't know. I don't know. What is this? It's strange. Okay, so enough of me rambling on. Chroma Prime is here with the very unexpected Rubico Prime. Everyone thought it was going to be Akjagara, but yeah, no, it's Rubico. Looking at the stats here, Rubico Prime it's an upgrade over Rubico, which is obviously good and expected. I wouldn't say it's massive power creep. The Rubico itself is already a very good sniper rifle, obviously. Equivalent to the Vectis Prime in many ways, and the Rubico Prime is just going to top that. So I don't want to say it's power creep just because it's going to be better than Vectis Prime. I would expect anyway. But it's just a natural progression, let's say. Grand Prime, on the other hand, again, can't really say it is power creep. No, it's power creep. The Grand Prime is not slightly better than the Gram, obviously, because the Gram is an old weapon. It's understandable, but it's pretty pants. And the Grand Prime is not pants. Let's just put it that way. It's not pants. It's very good. It's a beastie slash-based weapon with a very strong crit chance, very, very strong crit multiplier, and even just to boot, a very good status chance. It's... I don't want to say it, it's pretty much power creep at its finest over the Galatine Prime. Yeah, wow. So anyway, now that they're out of the way, you've seen the stats, make that of you will. I don't want to go into detail. They look very nice. The Grand Prime I am a massive fan of aesthetically. The Rubico, it looks a little bit skeletal in a way. I guess that's what they were going for in a very strange way, but yeah, very skeletal. Not a huge fan. I'll obviously get it just to level it, but the Grand Prime, I think that might be one of my go-to weapons now. I'm not just saying that because I called it a power creep. But anyway, back to Chroma. So the first thing I want to say off the bat is just by the ability description, it looks like effigy might have been changed slightly. We don't know entirely in what way, but his pelt apparently strengthens nearby allies. We don't know in what way, like I said, but interesting. He does get rather nicely a 75 armor boost, which is pretty good, especially when you talk about you're going to obviously add in steel fiber and his Vex armor on top of that. Nice little boost. But anyway, all that aside, he has the usual, it seems, little boosts over the normal version. But what screams out at you, apart from the wings are very, very cool. What screams out at you? Now, to me, he doesn't look Prime. Right? he looks like the normal pelt. This is something me and Melistorm discussed for a while. It doesn't look Prime. The pelt itself looks quite similar to his default skin, his non-Prime pelt. The thing that we obviously think is going to be Prime is the Warframe underneath, which is quite a nice little nod to the original Chroma, because obviously the Warframe itself is not the pelt. The pelt is supposedly this, as far as the description goes, a dragon, which we've never seen in Warframe, but hey-ho. But yeah, the Prime Warframe is going to be underneath, so if you ask me, that's going to be the interesting thing to see. The pelt itself does look very similar to the original. Now, is this going to be a nod to the lore? Remember, the New Strange was kind of the kickoff to the sentience coming back. So, is this going to be slightly more entangled with the lore now that we know that the sentients are going to play not just a big part, but an even bigger part? Because we already knew they were coming back for a year or so. They were introduced a while ago, yada yada. They appear on Lure every now and again. Oh look, there's an Eidolon. But now there is the new war. They are coming back in force. Maybe this is a little tie-on to it. What I really want to talk about here is actually on our blog. Quite a while ago, I did make a little post, a little article thing, about Chroma's pelt. And just kind of speculating what they'd do with the Prime version. Now, I didn't actually guess this at all. I didn't guess that it would look very much like his default non-Prime pelt. But I did say that I felt it was infested. I know that a lot of people said it was sentient just because of the energy coming off the wings. It is very reminiscent of the, at least Hunho's host of sentience. Their energy patterns, such as with the Hunho armor set, sorry, the Pakal armor set, but Hunho's sword and armor and everything like that, made from the bones of his fighters. Very reminiscent of that. However, what I did link to was the old PlayStation game, Dark Sectors, in which there is actually a boss enemy called the Stalker, and it does look like his pelt. In fact, the Drac helmet is very reminiscent of this Stalker. Funnily enough, there are actually smaller enemies of the Stalker called Chroma. But there we go. That's the link. It's not a canon link, obviously. It's just, I guess, aesthetic influences taken from the previous game. However, it was funny, actually. It was only a few days ago. Somebody posted on this quite old article, which I never expect. Nobody really reads this stuff, but they said, I thought it was a sentient dragon trophy that merged to his back and subverted him. And I hadn't thought of that. I really dismissed it. But no, the link to Dark Sectors through the Stalker and the pelt and the Drac helmet, everything had me tied down. It looked infested. But yeah, this is definitely a potential. Look at it this way. We know that the new Strange quest, wherein, by the way, Samaris said he was going to keep looking into this. We're still waiting. But anyway, it's not impossible that a sentient, corrupted Chroma, by wearing this sentient dragon pelt, actually was sending an acknowledgement, sending a message, saying, you know, now is the time. Now is the time to act. Hushed and quiet is the womb of the sky. It's almost cryptic. But Hunho, as we found out later through Balas's treachery, knew about this. He knew about the womb in the sky. He knew about Lua. And now is the time to attack. This was the trigger. But then you ask yourself, how, bearing in mind I said this earlier, could the pelt be the same? Now, let's say the pelt is that of a sentient fighter, some sort of sentient. We know that they can take a lot of shapes. Maybe there is some kind of draconic sentient. Now, I work on the belief now, and it's getting stronger by the day with each new revelation, that the Umbra Warframes, let's just go out on a limb here, were the first. The first of the first. So Excalibur Umbra was the first Excalibur. He was then cloned. We know that the Orokin can clone. This is readily apparent with the Grineer. They made a whole workforce out of clones, basically. So they clone. They put their finest cloning machines to work on Excalibur Umbra. And they create Excalibur Primes. Not quite perfect. Not quite rational. Well, as rational as a tortured, crazed Excalibur could be. But not with his own conscience, not with his own sentience. But still, a very strong fighter, clad in the finest armor plating that the Orokin could give them. They are your primes. Later on, towards the end of the war, and indeed in our timeline now, we've lost the ability to create these masterpieces. So we're cloning them down another notch. We are effectively the Grineer troopers of the Warframe society in a way. We are the weakest form of that Warframe, which has come from Umbra to Prime to us. So following this logic, maybe Chroma Umbra and even Chroma Prime had the power to control this sentient energy. Maybe they actually could use it. According to Lotus, Chroma is one of the strongest Warframes, able to adapt. When the world is in ruin, Chroma will remain. Now, there is no doubt that, gameplay aside, Chroma is supposed to be one of the strongest Warframes, so it would make sense that they could harness and control this sentient energy, being able to use it to adapt, and then give their pelt their own sentience again, allowing them to fight, but this time controlled by the Chroma Warframe. So that means that maybe back in the day of the Orokin era, with the very first Chroma and the Chroma Primes, they were able to resist this corruption. And then what we meet in the New Strange is a Chroma which could not. It's a Chroma that's been cloned and went rogue. It was overtaken by sentient energy and was used to trigger the new war, or at least Hunho's part of it. So there we have it. That's my thoughts on Chroma, and why he looks quite similar actually. But don't get me wrong, he definitely looks cool. And I'm very curious to see what the Warframe looks like under the pelt. But again, that's all for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's a bit of a longer one today, sorry about that. Yeah, do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know. So let me know what you want to see in the future. Like I say, we are back from a bit of a hiatus, bit of a vacation, among other things. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. I hope I'll see you next time.